Hi, everybody. It's Debbie, and this is Spooky Things. Um, Holidays are over.
hmm Thank God. Stressmas has come to a close.
Ex-
2025 has come to a close.
Yes, yes, it has. And we took a nice break. It
hmm
was nice. I hope you guys hung out with us in there. I mean, it was just, there was a lot of stuff that was going on, and we were just tuckered. We were just tuckered out. So I just took a bit of a Christmas break, and it helped. It really helped. Um, For those of you who don't know, this is my son, Devin Cribb,
Hello.
and he is like got
I,
so much information on some stuff.
I think and I know things.
You do,
hmm
you do,
That's my process. I think and I know things.
you do. So let's go into that. So let's go into some of that. Okay, so what we're doing basically is we're doing like a think tank.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's like, so you guys got to remember now with the think tank, it's just to make you think about what we're talking about. But a lot of what we talk about is, although it's heavily recent, Devin does heavy research into this. He really does. But a lot of these things are based on solely opinion when it comes down to it
Mm.
in the long run. So a lot of this is based on probabilities and possibilities, and it's really up to you and to what you feel is right, or you might even have a theory. It's based on theorem. And so a lot of people think that what we are getting ready to talk about is all theory, and that's not true. That isn't true. There's a lot of facts that is based on a lot of this stuff that we're going to be talking about. Um, some people choose not to believe that. I respect that.
Well, mainstream academia
Yeah.
won't approve of certain things or such. And so then you're stuck along the lines of pseudosciences.
So like I said, it's a think tank. It's to have you think along these lines and get people.
But even the cat reacted to that one. Look, she turned around.
I'm sure.
I'm really sorry. It's that Coca Cola, man. That's that stuff. I don't know if we can say that on that. But they don't care.
Well, who cares?
Yeah, but it goes down there, and I'm telling you, I can make a burp sound so loud it it'd scare a cow.
That's not based on theory.
No, that's facts,
That's fact.
big time.
So
I shouldn't be drinking that. I should have got water. I
it'd
made the
been
wrong
better for
choice.
all of us
I
if
made
you
the wrong
did.
choice, but I put 2 cans of Coke to replace, and I was gonna get a water, but now I was just like,
Oh yeah, you're drinking mine.
yeah, I know.
The nerve.
I got this because like you said we're going to be here for like an hour, and I've already drank almost all of it, and we've only been here for a few. Oh, Lord. I have to. I chose wrong, y'all. I chose wrong. I chose really wrong. I didn't put much thought into that. Nope.
So as you can see, not a whole lot's changed over here.
Yeah, no, same stuff. It's 2026, but
Same
we're
stuff.
still doing the same thing we've been doing since like I don't know.
You were born.
Yeah.
So let's go on with it. All right. So let's go ahead and, by the way, we're kind of squeezed in here into this little area.
That's why my head looks so big.
No, your head is big.
Efo Lottie got more head than he got body.
Okay.
So yeah, well, I guess we can start branching things off. Start on something cool. The Three Eye Atlas.
Three Eye
That
Atlas.
was really cool. Coming in at the end of the year, had everybody buzzing all over the place.
Yeah,
What
it
could it
did.
be? And
Yeah, it
do you
did.
know that that thing is now traveling faster than any interstellar object that we've ever had? It's actually traveling now faster than Oumuamua. And Oumuamua was traveling extremely quick when it went around the sun. And then that's another thing. These interstellar objects that are coming in, Three Eye Atlas is very interesting because as it passed the sun, it not only did it speed up, but it shot out this beautiful,
like a plume.
it's gorgeous light. And as we're getting more interesting pictures of it, and as it's rapidly increasing in speed, um, it's really starting to show. I mean, it was showing from before it even went to past the sun. It was already showing signs. This ain't no damn comet. I mean, W.E.B.B came right out and said, "This ain't no damn normal traditional comet. This is something. This is something else."
Yeah, but it's interesting because um, academia wants everybody to believe
That's what that is.
that that's what that is.
Keeping us in a dumb bubble. But there's reasons. Look, when you, no matter how you look at it, from the cover-ups to secret bases to we don't explore the ocean. Yeah, I mean, there's reasons why we don't explore the ocean. Why don't we explore the ocean? Well, because we have found very, very, very old sunken cities that don't match time frames, and then we start finding things like the crystal pyramids down there, the Bermuda Triangle, that doesn't match up to time frames, and then they keep that super duper quiet. I mean, hell, you go down there and try to find that, you'll disappear. I mean, who would want to go look for that anyways near the Bermuda Triangle? But even so, then they find this massive structure around the Bermuda Triangle,
Right.
and now that's coming out to light. So I mean,
And they're knocking that down too.
they can try, but it's facts. Same thing with the pyramid scans. That lidar, that's facts. You can't. What are you gonna say? Oh, that's not that. No, that's no. No, those are not these. Buddy, that you can't refute that. Like that's exactly what's there. And I mean, they even asked the guy, like, are you sure? Like, we're seeing columns that are being, like, what is that that's being wrapped around them? And he came right out and stated that's definitely a column, and there's definitely some spiral thing going all the way down. They don't know 100% is it copper or not, but based on what they're saying, that's exactly what they're saying is there.
And copper is very
Conductive.
conductive.
Well, this structure, this thing looks like, I don't know why I'm using my forearms for, but I see. I lifted. It was my muscles, and then my throat. So then in the space time continuum and how that folds thermodynamics, and then anyways. So say this is the pillar, and down here would be like this brick, this big squared object, and they've got these things that are wrapping around it. Man, my arm looks good like that, don't it? Anyways, I'm not even flexing now. I am. Look at that. Anyway, so that's what these columns look like. Now, something like that as far down, let's say this is the pyramid, and again, Fifo Lottie got more head than he got body. So this pyramid up here up top on the surface, think of it like okay, it's up here, and then as it further down, it goes way down deep into the planet. It's going to pick up the Earth's natural vibrations and start shooting that up.
Mm-hmm.
And as big as those things are, and each of those pyramids now have one. It wasn't just one; they all have them.
They all have them.
Now they're all starting to say, yeah, all of those pyramids.
I didn't know that they all had them.
Mm-hmm. Now that kind of blows right out the, at least to me, I'm going to say this, and it's going to be, well, okay, well, we're gonna say the Egyptians built those pyramids, but did they construct what's underneath it? No way.
There's no way.
No way. So, and then you're going to sit there and say, oh, well, that was built by Khafre, and this is what it was. It doesn't make any sense. It no longer fits into any of the timelines. Now we're looking at, if you asked me, that's an opart. That is an out of place. That is not something we were anticipating on seeing. At least for me, as long as I followed pyramids. I mean, I know there's something underneath them, but
Well, let's go.
The labyrinth we've always assumed was there. I mean, that blew everybody's marbles. But back to 3i before we get.
Oh yeah. Back to the 3i.
Yeah, it's speeding up and has now achieved speeds faster than Borisov and has achieved speeds faster than Oumuamua after going around the sun. And we thought it was strange where Oumuamua sped up.
Now, has 3i visited this area before?
It's hard to say, but
because I haven't really heard anything of 3i until it
was discovered
last year.
Mm-hmm. And it was discovered at a time where what was fascinating about it was sudden.
Yeah, boom, it was there.
Same with the Muamua. I mean, to be real with all of them, I mean, they're interstellar. We've only had three that we've documented so far. Only three.
Hmm.
So it really blows my mind. I sound like Rick Sanchez. I'm over here burping. Anyways,
It's a
Morty.
joy. You should be over here.
Oh, geez, Rick. But what you call it? Yeah, it blows my mind. And Three Eye Atlas does not act like anything.
No,
It's adjusted its movement, like it's corrected itself and made corrections. That's intellect. Like that's not something that commonly happens at all in space. This thing is correcting itself and adjusting itself. Not to mention there was a mysterious signal that was bounced to our planet.
right.
That thing is within 9 degrees of it, or 6 degrees. I mean, like where it's located and where that signal was picked up, it's too close to be a coinkydink. It
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, and then they find that it has that rock has the building blocks of life in it. It's literally a traveling seed. It's a seed. It's literally a traveling seed. It has everything that life would need on it.
And isn't it like bigger than
It's
New York City?
it's massive. I think they said it was 100 or 1 billion times bigger, or 1 million times bigger than a Muamua. It's massive. It is insanely huge to think about how big that thing is, what it's doing, and how it's doing it. It and then those particular pictures I saw from was it the European Space Agency that released the pictures of it, that or was it China? I think it was China that released, or was it
What fascinates me about it is the lights that it emits. It's actually emitting lights from inside of its core.
mm-hmm.
I've never
It's
heard of
not
a
a
comet
typical
do it.
tail. Not a typical tail at all. Not a common tail at all. I'm just saying everything about it. Just, I mean, if you wanted to know if there was some anomalies out there, I mean, how many times does it say in the Bible that there'll be signs in the heaven and in the skies and on the earth itself? There's going to be all these signs of
Yeah,
wake up, and hey, man, I think we've all gotten to this point in time, and we can all sit here and say we ain't alone. There's so much stuff around us. There's so much. We ain't alone. And they just said not that long ago, they just started to announce that they found the most positive, the most surefire fact of microbial life on Mars. They found microbes.
oh really?
Oh yes, they found it, and it's the most strongest case for it yet. And then you can see it in the sediments of the rock. You can see all these little black things, these little black circles and stuff like that. That is all former. They're all dead, obviously, but it's microbes.
Yeah.
So you're literally where there that it used to be water. That it used to be teeming with life, microbial life. Um, I'm just saying, man, it's all starting to. You're starting to see signs of life on Mars.
And you're hearing more. Okay, you're hearing more about um okay, Vera. Hi Vera. How are you? She says hello there. I think it's the mothership of sorts. We'll know eventually. I agree.
Well, with
And
Oumuamua being the messenger, and then all of a sudden, within a couple of year time frame of Oumuamua blowing by us, and it's known, it's literally Oumuamua means the messenger. It's incredible that the messenger comes by, and then Three Eye Atlas shows up right after that.
mhm,
Borisov's different though. I believe Borisov did act like a regular comet.
comet.
So I believe Borisov truly was an interstellar object for sure. Something that came from deep space. For sure that came from somewhere else. But Oumuamua and Three Eye, there's not a doubt in my mind. They're connected
I
somehow,
agree.
some way.
Okay. Hi Leanne. What kind of minerals were
Aviloa, I believe, put out what was inside of them. So if you want an exact breakdown of what it was, you could look him up or look up any of the work that he's been putting out there, and you'll find it all there. You could also look up any of the Reddit forums. You can find some pretty good listings of what they found in it. Uh, I don't have it off the top of my head, but if I did, we'd be here for more than an hour. That's for sure.
he gets me lost and stuff like that. He starts rattling the stuff off and I'm like,
mind you, whatever I'm going to talk about here, I'm not going to get too detailed with it. I'll just give you the basic outline, and then you can go ahead and do the homework, research into it. It's a great time dumper, and just expand your mind a bit on it. If I get real deep with it, I'd probably have to have my own podcast, and then I'd be doing the Y files and stuff like that. So I just do these every once in a while just to have fun. Just
Stirs everybody up.
exactly.
And he's good at that. I mean, because we talk a lot about stuff like this, and you tell me about some things that you want, and you'll tell me, go look this up and go look that up, and I do. And then I start reading more about it, and I'm like, oh, that is fascinating. And I'll come back and tell you, yeah, I read that. And it's kind of, and you know what's also interesting is how the powers to be, so to speak, are becoming or wanting to become more open about information that they've been holding back to the general public for years and years and years. And now all of a sudden they're like, well, maybe that did happen. And, we're going to be disclosing this soon. It just seems really strange how all of a sudden they're becoming kind of like,
Gatekeepers like Zahi Hawass.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Gatekeepers, knowledge keepers, history keepers. Um, yeah, well, and more like they're not the ones doing it. They just have people coming out and blowing it for them, whistleblowers, if you would say. But they're more. I don't know how. Well, they were more secretive about things back then, but they've been a little bit more definitely lenient with things
they
today.
have.
Where I don't know. I mean, the Men in Black kind of thing from back in the day doesn't seem to really happen much anymore today. Other than, well, there's been some. The one in, I think it was Las Vegas, that sighting that was there. The guy in the backyard, he said he had like 7 foot, 10 foot creatures.
Yeah.
And then there was one in Miami that happened in the mall, that that mall
And a
received.
lot of people saw that.
Well, there was even an aerial shot of a massive black creature, this huge damn
I
thing
saw that.
that would have definitely been about 10 foot in height. I mean,
Oh, more than that.
that thing was huge.
It was huge.
Man. And I mean, that thing, and they said they literally just materialized right there in the middle of the mall.
And
It
so
started to
many people
materialize.
saw that.
hmm
So many people saw
A
that.
glitch in the matrix, and they literally saw the glitch happening before them. Like that's absolutely, that's incredible, man. To be a fly on the wall for that. And we're from there, so imagine
Yeah.
we would have been walking the mall, we would have seen that. I mean, I probably been like, wait, take me with you, dog. I want to know what's going on over there, man. I highly doubt they're suppressing information on that side.
I highly doubt that.
Highly doubt they're suppressing information over there. I don't think you're going to find any Biden Trump conspiracies on the other side over here, or any of that craziness. I wonder if they fight for oil and gas over there. I wonder what their produce prices are like. Let's talk civilization here. How's your guys' social media going?
They probably fight over cotton or something like that stupid that we just
No,
like.
they probably battle over subatomic particles and craziness and planets and galaxies. Who knows what they do? I've always
I
wondered.
think they just blow things up. They don't argue with anybody. They just like, oh,
Well,
yeah, there you go.
I think they're beyond destruction unless it needed to happen. I don't really see. I think if you were that advanced, you get to a point to where war doesn't seem to really make sense.
Yeah,
Why would you want to destroy, destroy, destroy? You would want to create, create, create. You wouldn't want to travel the cosmos destroying the cosmos.
yeah, that's true.
You would travel
War
the
is actually
cosmos
such a
seeding the
very
cosmos.
primal.
It's
War is so
war
primal.
seems like a thing that we do.
Well, we're primal.
I mean, ever since we picked up a stick and went,
That's
and
all.
and knocked a rock out. But I'm just saying, like, and they hit our friend, and they thought that was funny, and there's war.
That's how it started.
We should know, and that was it. War started, and it's been going on ever since. I'm telling you, if that's the way it really started, I'm going to be upset. Right. I'm going to be really upset if I thought if this was a joke, and then God's like, "No, it's not really happening." You heard it here first.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense though.
But it does to me. It seems so pointless to be so advanced and to have the ability to be anything, do anything, create something out of pure thought. Oh, but your idea is, let me create an AR-15 and go to war. Let me create a plasma gun and shoot other. I'm just saying, none of that makes sense to me. Like, I'm pretty sure they're armed. I'm
Yeah.
sure that they can defend themselves if need be, but it just doesn't strike me.
It's kind of like how the first person ate an egg. Who thought that? Oh, that just came out of that chicken's butt. I'll just go ahead and eat that. Oh, don't forget about Ben Larza. You actually
Bob
said.
Lazar.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bob Lazar. You said you worked beside them.
Who worked with Bob Lazar?
Don't forget about Bob Lazar. You actually said he worked beside them.
Actually
Um,
said he worked
he
beside them.
worked beside them.
Well, yeah, Bob was. He actually said, "I'm sorry, me." Sometimes I don't understand that.
Yeah, I think we're misinterpreting it.
Bob Lazar, his stories have never changed from. He's one of the only ones that have come out when he was talking about the new element what those ships powered by. He discussed the exact isotope, the exact element that was actually created to power those vessels, and then that exact element at the time was not known by mainstream, and it later was discovered, and
That
that
was
is a real
correct.
one. Yeah, and there was a brand new element that we never knew of, and he was already talking about it. So
He actually said, "LOL." I'm misinterpreting. Who actually said?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Um,
I'm losing the interpretation of that.
yeah, but yeah, Lazar is a whole different subject. But uh, his eh, his stories have never ever changed. Every interview I've ever seen him on, they've always been the same. And maybe I don't. That's a subject I don't like touching on too much because Lazar, he's in. I have a bit of respect, good amount of respect for Bob Lazar and Randall Carlson, Graham Hancock,
Oh
Billy
yeah.
Carson. I mean, all those guys. I mean, Jesus, I follow them all. Um, but oh, okay.
You had us confused. That's
It, it,
okay. We were like, dude.
I've made those too. I've made them too. We're all human here.
Yes, when y'all were
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
he
whistleblowers, you
said
said
he
he
worked
worked
besides
beside them.
aliens.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bob Lazar never changed his story from that. I mean, they had to work together. That doesn't surprise me at all. Um, especially with.
well, the information that he's got,
I mean, oh, man,
there's
those guys.
that's the only place he could have gotten it from. You know. So
Hey,
hello. Hey,
could you imagine walking just just to sit there and think about it? You walk into a hangar, and he literally saw like eight different saucers, eight different craft, 8 or 9 different craft. He said, and I believe he said some of them were actually still functional, but they didn't know how to use it.
yeah.
But they were functional. They just didn't. They don't know how to use them. Some are. What do you suppose they found on the Roswell ship? Well, I suppose that they found a way to make microwaves. Um, that's always been a joke that our microwaves came from there, that our fiber optics came from there. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if GPS and all that stuff, all that advanced things that started coming out, that's where a lot of those advancements came from. I would say that we've probably had that technology before. I don't believe anything that I don't believe we create anything new. I believe everything's done before. We just rediscover what's always been here. Just like they say, we haven't always been here, but other life has. That it has all. They aliens have always been here. The Watchers have always been here, and at one point in time that they did have influence on civilization, but I don't think that it went very well. And we did live amongst them at one point in time. That golden era where we walked amongst gods and gods walked amongst us, and it was a golden era for civilizations. It was a global civilization. I will stand by that until the day I pass. That there was a global civilization here, and it's all over the place.
Right.
Their buildings still stand. The pyramids are still
No, I
here.
believe that to be true as well.
Antarctica's riddled with pyramids.
Yeah.
riddled with them. It's everywhere. And as the snow begins to melt more and more and more,
beginning to find out more and more about that.
and they're interesting. I mean, you see them. I mean, you see the points. And now the one thing is that they're not 100% sure if any of them are eight-sided, like the ones in Giza, or even the one that's out there in Bolivia. They don't know if it's eight-sided like the ones that we commonly see. But when you look at them, I mean, it's they look it to me. But it's and then what's also interesting is how they look. Those pyramids that they have in Antarctica, the color of them, as you look at it, at what's there to see, looking at the color of them and then comparing the other ones around the world, they look really, I don't know, they're a little bit more ominous to me.
Really?
Yeah, I get like a really eerie feeling whenever I think about Antarctica. I get a really eerie feeling about that place. Like there's a reason why every damn government in the world is there. There's a reason why every country
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah.
Why there's why we have such a peaceful, why we can all coexist there. There's a damn reason why. And whatever is there, I can tell you here and now, it lives in its own harmony. And if you disrupt that harmony, I think you will find yourself living in disharmony. Because Admiral Byrd him said, what they went to go do with that operation there, and what they saw. I mean, they were armed. They were militaried out for that operation. That operation was to last for months, and it didn't last nowhere near that. I think it lasted a couple of weeks, and that was that. So I think they were armed enough for the time, but they had no idea what they were getting ready to go up against. I don't think they were expecting to see flying saucers come after them, or craft that can move 2,000 plus miles an hour in a blink of an eye. And I mean, could you imagine how overwhelmed?
Wow. Yeah.
Just coming up. I mean, you're talking about what, the 20s or 40s or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming up, you know, to this place, and all of a sudden you're being bombarded by fast moving craft and things that, oh man,
Unreal.
I don't even want to think about. I don't even want to think about how terrifying that had to be. And some of the craft they were saying were just absolutely massive when it came upon them. Bigger than their vessel itself, their ships themselves. I mean, just huge craft. No way, man. I would be pooping a loaf, and someone behind me would be cleaning it up. Because, good lord, man. I mean, yeah, no way.
It's true. I mean, to me, just to me, the more hidden that they are, the more hidden that they are, the more ominous they are to me for some reason. I don't know. It's just like
Well, they have a higher purpose.
yeah, yeah. But it's like it's, this is just my way of thinking. Is that the more secretive that they are, the deeper that they are, and the harder that they are to find. That now Antarctica, the ice shelves are melting. I mean, at a quick rate. And like you're saying, they were the most ominous ones that were there.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling that in the years to come, the knowledge that we get from there, and there's going to be quite a bit coming, the more that they're exposed, guys. I'm not going to be so happy with the results of those.
Well,
Not
I
going to be so
mean,
happy about that.
going back to the times of Atlantis versus Lemuria, there's I don't know, you know, I don't know anything. None of us do. None of us know anything.
Well,
So
no, it hasn't been uncovered yet. I mean, at this point,
let's
it's
just face.
all theory
I'm
at
just
this
going to say
point.
it flat out, and the fabric of it all. We are, as Graham says, species with amnesia.
Yeah.
So you don't lean towards a theory, ancient aliens make us who we are. I believe we are DNA containers. That's what I mean. Lazard said it flat out. We're containers, but we're DNA containers. There's a reason why our genes are so spliced up. And I'm going to say that maybe they could take our DNA containers, and they can break our DNA down to make other things out of us, or make something similar, or change us. I mean, that there's a reason why we've been spliced to hell, and why we have junk DNA. Nothing is junk DNA, but and the other megalith structures around the world. I mean, yeah, you look to the Potomac era when everything was designed like those major megaliths that have the bumps on them, and you can attribute it to all over the world, these mega construction sites. And That's where I lean towards, where I'm saying when we're finding them all over the world, that means that there was a global civilization. Uh, you can't tell me that we were building structures here, and then on the opposite side of the world they were building the same structures the same exact way. That doesn't make sense to me. That no way, unless there was a form of communication somewhere, unless they were both taught the same way. It doesn't make sense how one's being built here at the same time, another one's being built here, and they're identical. So that tells me there is definitely communication somehow, some way. It was a global civilization, and everyone had their purpose, and we don't have that no more. We don't really have a, I hate to say it, but I mean, think about it. It's like Jim Carrey said, we don't matter. Find me a reason for us. Find me that reason. You know, and I don't mean what the scriptures say or what a religion says. No, find a reason. Look deep down and within
Right.
yourself and find that reason.
Right.
I hate to say it, but you might not find one. And
Yeah.
that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it to me it's a common truth that we might not matter. That we are, just like Lazar says, we're containers, DNA containers, and in that DNA, they could take that DNA and break it down, and it could be very useful. I mean, think about how long human beings have been here, how long we've been experimented on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Start breaking that down, and there's reasons for that. It's extremely important. It's very, that is countless amounts of time. Think about how much time they've invested into that. These creatures, whatever they are, whatever is going on.
All
Think
right.
about how
Well,
long this has been and how precious it is.
so okay, she says yes. So doesn't that kind of take us into the subject of the Anunnaki?
I mean, as far as them creating us to be workers, sure. But, you know, and then finding a love for us and then wanting to, I mean, the Anunnaki and the Ajiji, when they got here, they're doing their thing, and the Ajiji obviously revolted, and there was that first pyramid war, and then the second pyramid war. That was the end of it for everything here, and the planet became unstable. And I think that would be around the time when maybe the moon wasn't here, because there is a period of time that was written when the moon didn't exist in the skies. The moon was brought here to stabilize the planet. The planet had become chaotic. I think that and I know we're branching off and expanding off to different things here, and,
That's
and if
okay.
this sounds too far out for you, I just, you can make fun of me all you want. This, we're just thinking here.
Yeah, like
Um,
this is a think tank. This just gets everybody thinking.
I'm gonna say the moon is a stabilizer, and then they also say there's a soul catcher on the moon. This tower that when you die picks you up and beams you back or whatever. But there's something, and John Lear talked about the soul catcher, and he even said it one day they're gonna get a picture of this thing, and he described it to a T, how it was squared and had this little thing that shot out from it. And then when China sent their mission to behind the moon or whatever, they ended up taking a picture of it. Uh-huh. Sure as hell did. And then put it out for everyone to see. Of course, they made a little, quip about it. But if you knew what you were looking at, you knew damn well that's the soul catcher. That's that exact tower that they have been talking about. Lear talked about, said that they're eventually gonna find it, and Lear said that Venus was total, you could land on it and breathe on it. He said that was all BS that they had done about the acid rains and all. He said that's total BS. He said you can land on that planet right now, and it has sections of totally breathable air. He even said Mercury. There was part of Mercury. You can land on Mercury and take your helmet off and breathe on it. Hmm. Now, who knows? I mean,
Right, right.
who knows? Again, these are just thoughts, but I will say that when it was said that the moon didn't exist in the sky, we know that moon stabilizes our waters,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes, it does.
So I'm going to say that at one point in time, the Earth was too chaotic, and maybe, let's just say, maybe the moon needed to show up to stabilize everything. And without that moon, our waters would begin to evaporate, and this, and that. And so if you think about it, that moon being there and tightly locked in and doing what it's doing, that's a great observation post. Um, it would totally make sense that they snatched an object and then brought it. I mean, if you are that advanced, that's nothing.
Right.
If you are that advanced, that is nothing to us, or to them. That's nothing to us. It'd be like an absolute feat of God. Like, I mean, could you imagine just chilling out, all of a sudden you see a huge moon, and you're like, oh, dear, I do. I mean, I'm telling you, if I'm just sitting there fishing, I mean, I'm freaking out, you know. Well, I don't think you'd be fishing for very long until you go. Shoo! Sorry, we're trying to figure out where to put the moon. Getting drugged out by. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like that would be absolutely just incredible if that's
Yes, it would.
if that's the way it was. Aside from the double, that horrible. God rest that. That really happened. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But let's go back to it, and that would be, in my eyes, that would make total sense. Why it's there, why it's tidally locked, why it's so unique. It was placed there for a reason. Again, reason beyond us. It everything you start to see is bigger than you. And this isn't, my eyes, this isn't even our home planet. We were seeded here. We were seeded here. Hence why we are susceptible to diseases, why the sun burns the hell out of us. It's so, you know what I'm saying? Like all of this stuff adds up to we're still not acclimated to the earth.
Yeah, it's true.
We're children.
And it's getting hotter all the time.
Or colder, depending on where you
Or
are.
colder. It's snowing here in Florida.
Yeah, it snowed in Florida 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
I'm telling you, next year, kiss your butts goodbye. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not true.
But yeah, I mean, who knows? But we are getting to that point where we are acclimated to the earth. BRB. Yeah, I'd say that's what happened already. BRB. Not responsible for any views or opinions. Oh, okay, we're back.
We're back.
We're sorry about that rude government-based interruption.
Sometimes you get just a little bit too close.
Yeah, don't worry. I ain't answering no more knocks at the. Uh-oh, the aliens got. Yep, nah, that someone got us.
Somebody got us.
Man, I ruffled a feather or two. I must
Yeah.
have. You know what I'm saying? They got me.
But you know what? I'm glad. I'm glad because sometimes you you hit on something and you get someone's attention. And when they try to shut you down, it doesn't matter. It's already out there, you know? And I think you hit on something
I was just
a
talking.
few times.
I was just talking. I said it a few times that I don't know nothing about nothing, so they shouldn't be holding anything against me. I don't know.
Drink some Coke.
Oh no, it's a
Oh,
tragedy.
no.
I borrowed all my Coke. Now I got to go borrow some more.
You're fine.
But yeah, so that's how that's what's going on, and
It kind of
that's
proved our case.
hey, you know, who knows what
Yeah.
happened? For all I know, a deer could have ran itself into a pole and knocked our stuff out. For all I know, we got
We're not courted.
could have been a government squirrel.
A secret squirrel, Rocky.
Yeah, it ran right up our
Got
line.
us.
Who knows?
So whether we were shut down or whether I just lost our internet, which has not occurred before, but
No, actually, the last time we did this, it did.
well, yeah, that's true. But on normally on my shows it doesn't.
Mm-mm. Well, next thing you know, there'll be hella. They
Next thing you know, there's going to be helicopters.
we
flying
have
over.
drones that are over
We
the
do.
top of my house all the time. All the
We
time.
do.
I swear.
And no, we don't grow pot out here.
And I don't live in Ukraine or Russia, so I don't know why there's so many. At least they don't blow up over the top of me. That I, not yet, boy.
Not yet.
But you know, we do have every once in a while. I hear a drone come by.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's not our neighbors.
I got one, so I'll fly it right back over there
We
if it
do.
is.
We have one too.
I'll take my drone and crash right into theirs. Be like, I don't know what happened. My GPS went crazy. It detected something. It went off by itself. Daggone government. I can't have nothing nice. Just blame it
That's
on
why we can't have nice things.
Donald Trump. Just I don't know, man. Oh my God. That's a subject I will not even go anywhere near. You can't these days. No. That's why I'd rather just keep it on a science and have fun and talk about
Get shut down.
getting shut down and
It's great fun.
conspiracies and stuff like that. That's fun. You know what I mean? Do a radio show and you're having fun talking about great stuff and you get shut off for it. Still no video. We're still being affected?
No, really? Because I can see us fine. I mean, you know, on the screen. Stan.
Says we're in the show. Everyone can see and hear. That's a lie.
That's a lie because Vero says no. Aliens got him. It's not the aliens we're worried about.
No, I ain't going to sleep tonight. I know that.
It's that.
I'm gonna turn my cell phone off and everything. Mm-hmm. I don't even think I'm gonna turn my Steam Deck on.
Oh my God.
What Steam Deck? I ain't got one. Oh.
I can hear you.
Well, we're sorry for not being not you can't see us, but something's clearly going on. We got hit about what 5 minutes ago, 3-4 minutes ago. We got hit. So technical difficulties due to what we were probably talking about. It's not I don't know. Everybody else can talk about it, but you know what's funny is even when those guys go putting up videos about stuff like that, they're worried about it too.
Yeah.
You know, the Y files. He has said a few times like I'm worried about the video I'm about to do, but it needed to be done. And you know, some of these guys come out and they post some of these videos up, and they're literally scared. Like the 0 Point Energy video that what's his name Henry Moon or whatever Moon Henry put up.
Like an old time radio show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Art Bell. It just got shut down like Art Bell. But yeah, I don't know, man. Can't even talk about these things, but we all know something's afoot. We all know there's things going
Something's
on.
afoot.
Oh yeah, yep, it's right there by your toe, and it's getting ready to go bite this shit. But that's just the way the cookie's going to crumble.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. This
Oh
is
yeah,
just so surface, so incredibly surface.
yeah. Actually, it's common. It's common today. Real. It's
It
what we're
is.
talking about right now. I mean, I literally can find it on any quick discussion. I can get really, really. You think they shut us down after like what 40 minutes? They probably shut me down after three and a few seconds. Some of the
Yeah.
crap I'd come out and say, but it ain't crap. It ain't crap.
Yeah.
The I've got some I've got a good amount of knowledge about some things that I definitely wouldn't probably
Oh no. Yeah, I know.
not on a in a private setting,
Well, we had discussed that before the show,
yeah.
that we're going to remain very, very surface and not get into any really deep information that,
Well, I mean, what we started talking about there started to get a bit deep,
yeah. But
but that's fine.
you know, says every time Alicia would research Area 51, the helicopters will coincidentally fly over our house. It's interesting. It is. And a lot of it's not coincidentally. And
Shit, Area 51 is just the most common one that everyone knows about. There are so many more.
right.
There are so many more. There are so many more. They're
And
in
I don't
mountains.
and I don't really think
They're in
yeah,
mountains.
I don't think that the majority of the research that goes on, guys, I don't think it's held in places like Area 51. Area 51 is too common, it's too broadly known about. I don't think they're really conducting the amount of research that they used to in Area 51 because it's so widely known now.
Well, I think both those bases are all interconnected underground anyway.
Yeah.
So you're just seeing stuff on the surface, and it's really what's going on beneath your feet and in the water that matters, and in the mountains too.
Well, and it all comes down to, as long as everybody's paying attention to Area 51, they're not paying attention to what's really going on
And
in
other
the other
ones.
places.
Mm.
So as long as they can keep Area 51 in everybody's thoughts and minds, this is, oh, Area 50, oh, this, oh, you guys aren't thinking about what's going on
Oh,
way
Alaska's
across
been
somewhere else.
suspicious. This is the number one missing people.
And Antarctica,
Yeah.
So Alaska is suspicious, very
Hmm.
much so.
A lot of interesting things go on out there. People go missing, experiments, all kinds of stuff. Where they say the Black Pyramid. They say there's a Black Pyramid in Alaska.
Yes, yes, they do.
Hmm.
Um, well, they say there's a lot of stuff going on, and they talk about the
Anything that's frozen or has a desert needs to be explored.
oh yeah,
Anything that is frozen or a desert needs to be explored. And just like they did with the Amazon rainforest, where they started using LIDAR, and the huge civilization that they found
hmm
out there that could have over 1 million people could have inhabited
right,
easily
right,
at
and
that
they
time.
just recently started clearing a lot of that off, and it's amazing what they're finding out there. I mean, it's like a complete blueprint to what was sitting there,
Hmm.
and it is with surprisingly modernistic
Features.
features to it.
Yeah. And then you go
So
thinking, and they didn't build it, they just re-inhabited.
right,
So then you go, how old is these structures really? Because they, like, for instance, the Egyptians, when they were doing repairs to the pyramids and they were doing repairs to the Sphinx, when they were repairing things, you can clearly see a time where this was advanced built and this was repaired.
right,
And the same thing with Guang Padong. You look at the different layers to that structure, and you can clearly see where over a period of 2,000 years, 5,000 years, 10,000 years, on top, on top, on top, on top. These are different civilizations coming in and rebuilding what was there. Some of these we don't really know how old they are. These things could be 100,000 years old, 300,000 years old.
that's true.
I don't believe we will ever truly, really know everything. Again, this planet has gone through so much hell. I mean, great resets that they know of, 5 or 6 great resets, and we're currently living in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's our fate to get to get to this point, and then we get smacked back down to a reset. They reset the experiment. Think about it. If I was an advanced being, right, and I'm looking at everything from afar, looking down at Earth, looking at everything as a watcher, watching all this chaos going on, I can't give you people advanced technology. I can't give you people advanced knowledge. I can't give you people anything. I can't. You're a
Yeah.
threat. You're a threat to yourself. You're a threat to us. You can't put these people out in space. You're going to put Donald Trump and his Space Force out there? Would you want to put Vladimir Putin and his army out there? Would you want to put any of our
I
countries or
don't think
any?
they're safe anywhere.
I don't. We're not even safe here. No one's safe here. So I mean, you really go thinking about it and then go, well, if I had all of this technology, all of this, and I had all the knowledge, and I could come down and give it to them, and the hell, they destroy themselves. They're already on a plan to destroy themselves. We are already trying to blow ourselves the hell up. They've already interfered tons of times with us trying to, the bombing and stuff. Because when those bombs go off, it disrupts everything. It messes them up on the inside of the planet. It messes them up on the outside of the planet. It disrupts them. So there's a reason why they started showing up after that. Because you go, these idiots got big boom booms. You know what I mean? Oh, great. Our little science experiment now has shaboom booms. That's just great. Now they can go around and shaboom boom whoever they want. No, that's what I'm saying. So what do? You just wait for them to shaboom boom everybody, and that's it. No, let's go ahead and reset it. Let's just rebuild because it's going to take
That's
time.
true.
They don't care because they're inside. Nothing that's going on out here affects them.
Well, and
I let me change that. In that way, where they're safe. If they're inside of the planet, then nothing that happens too much out here will really get them in there.
but are we really so important to them? Like what we were talking about before, we're like
We're
ants.
DNA containers, and we've literally been their project for this long. There definitely is a connection and some sort of passion. Maybe not really. There's reasons,
There's reasons.
and I think that's our purpose. That's our reason. Dare I ask if where the North Pole is migrating now? Yeah,
Yeah.
they are moving. Now there is a difference between the two the pole shifts, and Graham Hancock himself said it. There's a big difference between the major pole shifts and then like the
The
other.
magnetic.
Right. There's a
Yeah.
big difference between those two. One would definitely lead to cataclysmic conditions, whereas the other one, no,
The one that's magnetic is the one that can lead to the cataclysmic
because it's so sudden.
circumstances.
It's a quick flip, and then there's a reversal. So,
Right. And that one is not being affected right now,
to my knowledge, no, that's
to our
not the one.
knowledge.
That's not the one.
But it's, yeah.
No, I tell you, boy, to live in that time, if we who knows, we could be seeing it, but maybe that's what they've been trying to prevent. I mean, come on, you can't prevent. If you can prevent it, then you can prevent it. But I don't know. This is something that something that's way beyond us. Um, but again, I think that if they're here and they're on the planet and we have deals with them and such where they can do what they do and we do what we do and whatever, then it makes me wonder, you know, how long they've been here, and then just you think about where they're located inside of the earth, inside of the oceans, inside of Antarctica. They could have designed Antarctica to be a permafrost like that. They could have engineered all of that.
Sure.
They could have moved it here. I mean, because the continent itself drifted apart from where it was.
Yes.
So, that's going back to the time of when Atlantis had, it was connecting all the major places together and stuff. It was a huge piece of land, massive, absolutely massive. I mean, Antarctica is bigger than the U.S.
Mm-hmm. That's
and
true.
that eludes
A lot of people are not. Yeah.
They
a
have
lot
no
of people
idea.
are not aware of
Yeah,
that.
Antarctica is bigger than the U.S.
Yes.
That isn't it. And then you think about it, you're like, oh, it's a little cute little ice shelf.
No.
It's not a cute little ice sheet, dude. That is no little small little ice sheet.
Yeah. No.
No, dude.
It's absolutely ginormous.
Huge piece of land. Massive. Massive. So, I mean, you look at that and go, yeah, nothing would survive on the surface here. Nothing. There's nothing. That's a big thing too, where they say, "Oh, you're not allowed to go there because you damaged the eco."
Yeah.
What ecosystem, bitch? Nothing's here. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That came out so fast.
Woo-hoo!
Sorry about that.
We're so
I
sorry.
went there. I didn't mean to go there, but I traveled there, shut the door. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, there is nothing there. When we get there, now we're an ecosystem. Human beings are here, and okay, now I under. But as far as it having its own, we ain't affecting Jack. We ain't affecting Jack. You know what I mean? Whatever is down in there,
Yeah,
it's got its own thing going
it's
on.
true.
You know, it's the perfect place to do experiments.
God, I hate to do this, but we just run out of time.
All right.
I am so sorry. We're going to have to do this again, though, really soon
Sounds good.
because we just barely scratched the surface,
Yeah.
you know, of what we even wanted just to talk about. I mean, we were going to
I
talk
didn't
about,
really know what
man,
I was going to talk about when it came on, to be real.
yeah, I had a whole host of ideas,
I didn't even write anything down. I just figured that I would just go off what I have. But if
But see, we do this. And this is why I like these sessions with you and I, because we do this just sitting, getting up in the morning going, hey, did you hear about whatever?
oh yeah, that's true. First thing in the morning, I'll
Yeah. And we'll sit there for
information dump.
2 hours, 3 hours just talking about it.
Mm-hmm. Coming up with things and theories and
Yeah.
stuff. Just
And if they can do interspatial travel, they might be able to maintain the magnetic poles. Let us in their storm cellar to be continued.
mm,
There's so much to be discovered. And this the ice shelves that are melting, I'm telling you, is a huge, huge way that we're going to be seeing a lot of what's coming up because it's just starting. This is just the very beginning of it.
her saying with the magnet. I'm wondering if that's what's keeping the tidally locking the moon in place. Could be it's a magnet.
Because as far as they know, that has not been affected yet.
That would be really interesting to think about. I'm over here thinking about it, going maybe that's how they stabilized it. I mean, they just tidally locked it, yeah, but if the Earth's got its own magnetic, which we do, we have this huge magnetic, all of that, and it transcends far. That would be one way to lock the moon in place, and it ain't gonna do nothing. It's gonna be locked. It's a think about take a magnet and go like this with
Oh,
it,
absolutely.
and that would be the greatest way to
But
snap it in place.
it's like it's not tilting like this.
Nor is the moon
It's
coming into us like Phobos is going into Mars.
mm-hmm.
So
It's a shift. It's not an actual turn. It's like a shift of it. So it's kind of going. It's not going off its axis more or less, but it's just making that just. It's hard to explain.
the moon never rotates.
Mm-mm.
It just does this
Stay on a steady stream.
like it's literally
It is. It's locked on.
like
But the Earth itself is it's not changing the poles the way they are, but it's kind of changing the way that the Earth is like going like
But
this.
yeah, I do believe
Yeah.
if they had that kind, they could totally stabilize it like that. I'm sure they could. Hey, for all we know, that's their doing, flipping them and going, hey, you guys got to go. You know,
I mean, if the Earth flipped, that would be cataclysmic.
for all of
I
us.
mean, no one's making it through something like that. So we're glad
Yep,
that's not happening.
gravity and magnetic attractions.
Hmm. So
Good
thank
things
you.
to start looking up and boggle the mind a little bit.
I
You know,
know
treat yourself with some knowledge for
this was a
sure.
great think tank. This was a
Yeah,
great,
this was
great
fun.
one. Yeah, we're going to do this again. So thank you, you guys, for coming on and keeping us going on this. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
And next Tuesday, 7 o'clock, we'll let you know what's going on the next show.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you guys soon. Spooky things, 7 o'clock Tuesday night Central Time. See you guys later. Bye
Stay
bye.
weird, y'all. Stay weird.